Under the cola tree, our stories unfold. Drums speak the past in rhythms bold.
Did you know that Igba Odibo, Igbo Apprenticeship, under the Igbo Traditional Society, was a system our ancestors used to build wealth, expand business networks, and make sure that nobody was left behind in the community? You are welcome back to Igbo Tradition, My Heritage. And today I will be discussing Igba Odibo, Igbo Apprenticeship. Igbo Apprenticeship was a system our ancestors used to build wealth, expand business networks, and also make sure that nobody was left behind in the community. And how did they go about it? They went about it by a man, known as master, going into a family or a community, not his own family, but another family, to pick a boy he trained, picked a boy he would train in his trade. So different masters in different businesses, commerce, agriculture, whatever, going round, picked boys they trained in their profession. So, and why they did it, the reason they went to different families or communities to pick boys was to build a bridge. They were intentional about it, was to build a bridge between families and communities, which also was used for a conflict resolution because it prevented wars and brought unity amongst families, different families and communities, because a man that knew that the son was in a so community wouldn't want war. So why they did it was to build that bridge between communities and families. So there was unity, peace. So, and it's not as if they had a criteria for picking up boys that were from honest family, because then the agreement was an oral agreement based on ofo na ugu, truth and justice. So they picked boys from honest family and trained for a period of 7 years. 10 years. The boys learned the trade, whatever trade that they went into. And after that period was over, they were settled by their master, called Namuku. And the servant was referred to as Waboy or Odibo, Master Namuku. Now, when that period of stay was over, the master settled the boy not in cash, but with whatever profession, or will I say trade or commerce, that the boy learns. If it was, for instance, animal husbandry, the boy was settled with livestock. If it was blacksmithing, the boy was settled with some tools. That's how the settlement went. And not only did the boys learn business, they also learned. So they learned about, will I say, learned how to navigate in life and in business. They were taught honesty, they were taught discipline, they were taught bookkeeping of hearts, because there was nothing like any writing materials. They were taught defense, self-defense, bravery, because some those that were into long distance trading, they had to travel to, they traveled to long distance markets through forests and dangerous paths. So they were also taught how to defend themselves. They were taught how to take care of their goods. They were taught how to be a man, not only about business or trading, commerce or agriculture. They were also taught how to be a man. And it was said that the circle of that apprenticeship was not complete on a servant that was settled. Like if a servant has been settled by a servant was settled by his master, he was expected to do well and then go into the community and pick up another servant to train. So it was a circle that had to be completed. No breaking it. That was why when a master settled the one boy, they made sure that one boy did well in whatever profession that one boy chose, because that one boy was expected to go and get another one boy to train. It kept going like that. You train, you graduate, you get another person you train. That was why, to build wealth and making sure that nobody was left behind in the community. And the expanding of business networks, going into other communities, going into other communities, having alliance with them, so that instead of having enemies around you, you have friends, allies, instead of enemies, allies. So this Igbo apprenticeship was a very, 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 very interesting and good one that really helped a lot of families, that alleviated a lot of families from poverty, from hunger, because the boy would just go without anything, just be honest. Ofo and Ogu, truth and justice. That's what was needed. And it was said that any one boy that went against, that stole anything from the master, or that the master did not settle, had a public shame which lived with the family, all through, and which they said that time they never wanted it, because the Igbo worldview, they believe that good name is better than riches. And they also said that any rich man that did not have sense or good character was not considered to be a successful person. How they saw a successful person was someone with good character and social intelligence. And this our Igbo apprenticeship. The Igbo have started, before these modern banks, school of businesses just came into the Igbo, Ndi Igbo, our ancestors had already started doing business expansion, ajo, what they call ajo now, coming, doing this together, community, insurance, loans, all that. Our ancestors foresaw it, started it, practicing it, expanding, bringing in wealth, alleviating poverty from the Igbo community. So I think it's a very wonderful practice, which is still happening till date. When you go to Aba, go to Onitsha, you will see this boy Oga still learning trades and different businesses. So I'll be stopping here to see you in my next video, where I will be discussing another Igbo practice, custom, tradition. See you in my next video.
Under the cola tree, our stories unfold.